Alright guys, so here we are for another epic episode of the Dork Ninjas Play DCUO. I'm Ninja Andrew, and this is... And today we'll be continuing our adventure by continuing to level up, and we're also going to treat you guys to your first PvP match, so hopefully that'll be something we'll all enjoy. So first thing we're going to do, in our last episode we finished up here handing in the missions. We're going to go and empty out our inventory a little bit and go and check our mail, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to head outside and we'll do a little quick demo of some PvP before we actually queue into a match, and we'll show you how to do all of that. So I'm just going to repair real quick, not much there to repair, and I'm going to sell off the junk from my inventory. It's not worth very much, but at least it's worth something. This stage, any money is nice. I do have some money there, as you can see, but we passed that over from another character. And that's one nice thing about playing on the PlayStation 3 on US PS3 is you can very easily come into this game and, having very little experience, make millions of dollars without very much work at all, and that'll definitely help with achieving stuff later in this game. I'll teach you guys how to do all of that as we move along, but here we go. So this is your mail. You probably won't have all the stuff here that I have, but you should have the rewards for completing the races, so you can go ahead and accept those. And then you should have one if you've reached level 5. This is your character for Legends PvP, and it's Robin to start off if you're a hero, or Harley if you're a villain. I'll just leave that other stuff for now. So in order to use Robin, we have to go into our inventory and actually accept that little thing that they gave us. And I'll just accept these other ones while I'm here. I can throw on this extra equipment that I've picked up as we went along. Okay. So we're just gonna wait here for Misty, and then we'll head outside and we'll do some PvP, and then we'll show you some quick ways to level up for the next couple missions. The layouts for all of the nightclubs and police stations are exactly the same, so once you get the hang of how it's laid out, you know all of them. So just get used to the first one that you're in, and that'll help you with navigating your way through the rest of the game. Alright, so right now both Misty and I, and if you're playing along with us, you should have a mission in your journal called Brainiac Invasion or Brainiac Attacks.
Or attack Brainiac.
Yeah. Okay. So in order to pick that up, I'd have to go back to my original police station that I started at. We're going to do that in a second. But there's a little trick to doing these where have you talked to this guy already? Did you talk to the one that was inside the station?
I'm activating it right now.
Okay. Just talk to this guy.
And now the mission's active.
Now the mission's active. No matter which one you're at, if you're doing this with somebody else, now that her mission has been activated, she's going to be able to come to Metropolis with me, do this exact same mission at that location, and get all the credit for it. So we're just going to, now that we've done that, that allows us to travel a little bit quicker and only have to do it once versus doing it twice. So let's go over in this direction. Let's see. Go up on the roof of this building. Oh hey, there's some stuff. You want to grab the yellow one? Yellow one is a random collection, so once she's collected it, it will despawn, it won't be there anymore, and it will respawn after a short amount of time.
I don't need it.
Cool. Come on, Brainiac. Okay, so the blue ones and the green ones, they always stay in the same location. You just have to collect them once and you've got them. So that's just the difference between those. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just give a little quick demo of the PvP mechanics of the game, as well as our powers a little bit as well in there. So I'm going to challenge Ninja Misty to a duel. That's something you can do from your social menu with any player in the game, as long as they're accepting invites. And what we're going to do here is we're going to show off the basic three-part mechanic of the game. Some people refer to this as the rock, paper, scissors. It's the same idea. You have three types of moves. One beats the next, and that beats the first one. So, you know, once you get the hang of those three mechanics, then you'll be able to start actually doing well in the PvP aspects of the game. So what we'll do is, to start off, do you want to just hit me with your hold square? And I won't block, I won't do anything. So that's a hold attack. Hold square and hold triangle produce these two attacks. You want to do hold triangle? So the first one on hold square is a melee attack. The hold on triangle is a ranged attack. Those are your two basic attack forms. And then you want to just do a block. Okay, so that's blocking. Blocking. You can see that her character is in a protective stance. All the different weapons have a slightly different looking block depending on what type of weapon it is, but eventually you'll be able to discern when a player is blocking. And now I'm going to show you how those three moves affect each other in combat. So the melee attack, in order to counter a melee attack, you have to use block. So her square attacks and hold squares, that's when I want to be blocking. Now throw that hold square. You can see there, she got deflected off of my block when she used her melee attack, her hold square. The problem with this is if I'm blocking, she can counter as well. Yes. So if she thinks I'm going to just block, she can use her ranged attack. The hold range will break my block, as you can see here. And the final turn of that is I can counter her with the range. Throw the range one more time. Oops. There we go. You can see that there's a red symbol associated with each of these moves. We'll do another duel in a second. Throw the hold triangle one more time just so they can see. She does hold triangle. Oh, she got me. Woo! Ninja Misty wins. Hands down, the Ninja Master. Let me throw some colas in. Since we're not doing any inferiors right now, I'm going to throw some colas in. I'm just keeping them out usually because I don't want to... Aw. See? What am I doing? Alright, so I'm going to challenge her to another duel, and we'll just run through those mechanics one more time for you guys. Okay, so do the hold square on me. You can see there it makes the symbol of a shield in red pop up over her head. That means that she was blocked, essentially, and was stunned because of it. Throw the hold triangle at me. You can see there it makes sort of the symbol of like crosshairs over my head. Throw one more time. There you go. You can see that that's a symbol to indicate that you've been block broken with the hold triangle. They sort of tell you like what attack you want to be doing to break that, essentially. Last one, keep throwing hold triangle, and I'll do the hold square to break it. You can see there, it's kind of hard to see. It looks like it's supposed to look like a fist coming down out of the sky to break your attack. Do it one more time, just so you can see that. Oop. You can see it's also effective at stunning me. There we go. It's hard to see that one. But essentially, once you get used to the idea that if somebody's throwing something at you from far away, or even if they're throwing, like, whatever they're shooting at you from far away, you want to break that with a hold square. You know? You want to watch out if they start blocking while you're throwing that hold square at them, because then you're going to get stunned. If you think they're going to throw that block, that's when you throw your hold triangle. So you can break them out of it. That's your basics for PvP. You're going to see it as we do it, because we're going to queue into a match here.
I think it's worth mentioning too, because a lot of these people are going to be using Robin.
Yes. All of the hold triangle and hold square attacks in the game are completely different depending on what weapon you have. And I guess maybe I should demo Robin. Maybe I should go in and just show
what to do.
Well, yes. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. And just before we go, I'm going to show some of the power interactions, if that's okay on you. Okay, so like, this is for anybody that's playing as a gadgets or wants to see what the power type interactions of combos are on your powers. And these are important for all characters, and all characters have different ways of making these powers work together in unison, but this is one of the important things to pay attention to when building your loadouts with powers, is how well do they all work together. So I'm going to show you guys here. When I hit her with my first hit, you can see that she gets the blue electricity flowing all around her. That means she's been electrified, so she's vulnerable to other attacks. If I hit her with my other attack, it sets her on fire. So not only has it done the damage that it should have done for hitting that, but it's also doing extra damage over time because it set her on fire. So those are only 2 moves. And amongst all of there's a whole ton here that you can put into different combinations, but you want to think about, do my moves work together to produce more effects that are going to be beneficial to my role? That's essentially how to look at all of those powers as you're doing them. So like, and I'll continue to show you. Here we go. Okay, this thing right here that's been making all this noise this whole time is called an exobit. Hold circle to collect on it. This is the best way to make money, especially on USPS3, because see, there gave me a support and aggressive exobit up on the top of my screen. What those are going to do are you can use those to mod or improve the stats of your weapons and armor by making mods and combining them with your armor. So high-level players want those in great quantities. So if you collect a stack is 16 of those, you can sell that stack for roughly $500,000 on USPS3. So if you just go around and look for those for the first little while you're playing, you can easily then go to the watchtower and sell those off and get yourself a cool million, no problem, you know? So just for anybody out there who's like, oh, hey, you guys have like $1 million, how am I supposed to get money? It's very easy to make money by doing something like that. And we'll show you other ways as we go. So do you want to do a little ninja battle to the death? Before we queue into the epic PvP battle?
Sure.
Alright. I like how you like moved up on me. Oh crap. Let's do it. Oh, okay. I choose you. Oh no. Oh god. You're level 7, you're so beast compared to me. Oh great ninja master. We are not worthy. Alright guys, so let's queue in to your first PvP match. Once you hit level 5 and you've collected your Robin character from your mail, anybody should be able to do this. And you should have a few different options for what kind of match you want to queue into. The 4 versus 4, these two are capture and hold points. This one's sort of a free-for-all, and these two point holding, but 2 versus 2, so it's a little bit more straightforward. Let's do everyone's favorite, the Batcave, which is probably going to go horribly.
Not everyone.
Agreed.
I'm queuing in a steel.
Yeah.
And that's because I stem in the marketplace.
Yes. You can see here there are a few characters that I have unlocked. Those are also purchases from the marketplace. I'm going to play as Robin because that's going to be pretty much who everybody else is going to have to play with starting this out. So just okay. So going as Robin. He's not my favorite to play with, but I'll show you guys just the basics so that when you go in you're not completely like, well, how do I do this? And, you know, we'll get it. So right there, we've queued in the on-duty menu by selecting the match that we wanted to go into and then selecting the character and readying up for the match. So as soon as 2 other players queue into that, we'll be ready to go. It shouldn't take too long. We hope. Sometimes it can be a little while, but here, why don't I queue into these ones? Or is it already? Oh, we've already readied up. It says there in my chat, you can see you will enter the instance once all players are ready. It means there's somebody out there who queued in for the match but didn't press up on the D-pad to ready up when they were prompted, so we're just waiting either for them or it's going to time out and then re-queue. So if you guys queue up for matches, try to remember to ready up. There'll be a little green icon with the up arrow telling you to either open your on-duty menu or to enter the instance. Let's go and grab this blue one here too. Yeah, timed out. Do you want to start heading towards Metropolis? Oh, here we go. See that? Okay, that's the icon I'm talking about. Green icon up on the D-pad. That's my instance that I queued for, so it's just telling me that I'm ready to go. Hopefully, there we go. This time they queued for it. Alright. So we're gonna go in real quick here.
We're on the villain side as well.
Yeah. We'll explain all that later. Come on, Amanda Waller. Like, really? You're not even going to give me a chance to talk before we go? Okay. So, go and get some barrels. They always seem to help. Oh, at least we've got a fairly decent team to go up against here. It looks like two people who probably haven't played too much yet. So your hold square combos are going to be important for doing damage when you don't think the enemy is going to be blocking. If you think he is going to be blocking, you want to throw your hold triangle. In the case of Robin, it means you got to hold it and release it. You see he throws electric batarangs, or electrified batarangs. The mistake that a lot of people will make with Robin is they'll throw this attack. He throws like a little tiny batarang or throwing star or something like that out. It does some damage, but that's not going to break somebody's block, and it's not going to do enough damage to actually make a dent in somebody. Other thing you can see here is that we've been getting quite a few feat points popping up on the screen for doing this. It's another one of the reasons why we chose to do this now, is so that we can start leveling up on this side of the game as well as the PvE side, because this side is pretty much just as important as far as end level content is concerned. So you want to get your PvP done as much as it needs to be, like as often as you can go in and do some, or as often as you can go in and make your marks and do it later. You really want to be making as much headway as possible with that. You can see here that we've just been basically holding this point, staying alive. Misty's been using the mines and shields of steel to help stay alive and hold this point. That's how you make your points in this. You can see that we still have 1,000 and the enemy's points are counting down as they're not whenever they're not standing on the point. They can make it hold and try to kill us. So I'll just show you, like, so for Robin, he's got, that's the hold triangle. You need to know that for breaking their blocks. You also want to know his hold square attacks. They should look something like this. You can also, oh, there we go. He's got a bunch of other combos. The trick is to really get used to how to throw them all in combination. Things like the roll forward and roll backwards, one after the other. If you can start off your combos with the square, that's always great. And then go into hitting your powers, like a hold square, and then throw something like that one where he spins up. Something that knocks them off their feet and then hits them. That'll usually do a little bit more damage, critical hit. There, yeah, it's over. Nice damage. Woot. So there you go. You get a whole bunch of feat points and all that for not too much work at all. I guess another point is that you want to also do as much PvP as like if you're not comfortable with PvP, you want to do as much PvP as possible before you actually level up your character. The reason for this is that you're going to be fighting against most likely other players who are at your level. So at least You will run into people who have already played the game and they're making another character, but at least like most of the time you'll be playing against other people that are at the same skill level as you, so you at least have a chance. As soon as you hit level 30, it's going to start queuing you in with people who definitely have more experience. Or as you level up in PvP, you know, you're going to start going up against more and more experienced people. So you want to take advantage of getting your rounds in while you can to get your experience and figure everything out. So what we're going to do here is we're going to head to Metropolis, back to my starting police station. We're going to go and start the missions from there. We can go back and we'll just repair real quick. You want to sort of make that a force of habit every time you come into a police station. You want to go and repair, empty out your inventory, because most likely your inventory won't be as big as the ones that we have. We've purchased inventory slots, extra ones. If you don't have them, it's very easy to fill up your inventory, and then you can go into an instance and your loot will, or your inventory will be full and you won't have anywhere for the loot, and you'll have to like either make some space by deleting stuff or go back and get that loot later. Alright, so you've headed to the Watchtower already? Okay. Alright. We'll be coming back into the Watchtower probably not too many more episodes from now to do a complete tour. Right now I'm just doing the direct route to where I need to go. For sure. I'll meet you there shortly. Just have to find... yes. This guy. Okay. Oh, come on, Oracle. Okay, so I still have my first mission here, and the Attack Brainiac. We're going to just do Attack Brainiac to get that out of the way, and then we'll go and finish off with this mission. This is just because of how we've been leveling our characters up, but we're going to go and do this together instead of separately and get it done faster that way. Yes, I'm going to go to the one just right behind the station here. All of these missions will either send you like next to or behind the station to talk to somebody. And then all of the missions beyond that point are exactly the same. They're just in different areas. So by having Misty go and pick up and talk to her original guy in that other city, we're now able to do this together.
Although it's not showing me, like on my screen, it says go to Gotham, but when you look in the journal, it'll show you like 5:20.
Yeah. This is a ninja secret. This is how to do this with your friend and save some time, you know? This is like, after playing this game for so long, it's like, it's not cutting a corner, it's just making it easier to work together. Because otherwise you'd literally have to go and do this and then go and do the exact same thing in the other city. Okay, so we've destroyed the forces at this initial spot, so I can go and hand in the mission. The one thing I should mention before we continue, oh, come on, Oracle. Okay. So one thing I should mention before we continue is that you get rewards for winning PvP matches. You can see right here I have two boxes. If I open those up, they'll give me some gear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually save those with my other gear here until I hit level 30. This is because when I hit level 30 I'll be able to get better armor, and if I open them now they'll give me the lowest possible gear, but if I do it while I have level 30 and that armor on, they'll at least give me gear that's for that level. So if I just hold on to those, I can get some better gear if I open them later. That's true as well. Yeah, if you have the Home Turf DLC, I don't know if you get it if they don't. You know, I think you have to have the Home Turf DLC. It'll drop items for your base out of those boxes. Potentially. It's not always going to do it, but it will sometimes.
Where it's not showing me where to take you.
Just come over, yeah, right there. There we go. So you can see our objective is to take these citizens and the balls here. Drop them off over here at this point. And then we have to destroy accumulators, which are these guys here. Certain attacks will slow you down while you're flying. That just means that sometimes it's better to stay and fight than to try and fly away. Okay. So this one, some places it's easier to find the accumulators. This one they don't spawn quite as quickly, but we'll get this done. I think it was giving a separate credit for that. So do you want to just take you take the civilians and I'll destroy accumulators? And hopefully you'll get credit for the accumulators at least. Hopefully they didn't, like, quote unquote fix that. Let's see.
I'm getting credit for the accumulators.
Okay, let's do those, and then I'll try with you to carry some more of those back, and we'll see.
I've got 1 of 5.
Of the civilians? Okay. Yeah. It's sort of like there's a door surrounded by the boxes with the portal or whatever. Still no credit? That's so weird.
Maybe you can try.
You stand, yeah, you stand there. You stand there on this spot, and I'm gonna... Okay, because that completed the accumulators in that mission for me. Nothing?
1 of 5 still. Nope.
Nothing. Dang it. Okay. Well, we have two options. We can go and... Here. Come with me. Let's do...
Is there another drop-off point?
No, that's... Well, that's what I was thinking, but it's at a different location, so... It's not going to help us anyways. But, okay. For anybody who's watching this and wants to know this, okay, this collection here is one of the blue collections for this area. I'm just going to do these 4 real quick. We already picked that up at our last one, but I'm just going to show you all 4 just in case this is... So this is another from that same collection.
It completed the accumulators.
Yeah, that was another one of them. And this is the last one for me. Okay. So, like, I could go over here. You can see on my map, like, it wants me to go over here and complete my next mission. But because Misty's not getting credit, we're going to try something else. Let's go, yeah, well, you know what I mean? It's like, gives you one and then what? Why doesn't it give you the rest? Nope, okay. So let's go back, unfortunately, to Gotham. We'll just do that real quick because we just want to get this mission out of the way. I can probably complete the rest of my mission there. So that'll work out anyways. So I know this probably seems like super confusing to anybody who's playing. They're like, man, what the heck? But if you were at the location where we just were, you could have gone ahead and continued there without any problem. No matter which location that you're at doing this mission, it's pretty straightforward. You're doing the exact same things no matter where you are, and there's a blue collection around it. If you don't know where the blue collection is for your particular mission, you can go to where I just showed you those ones and collect them, and it'll complete that same collection. So that should help anybody who needs that still. And once we finish here, things should be more straightforward from that point on. We were just expecting that to work there. Okay. Back to where we started. We were talking about home turf before. One of the benefits to the home turf DLC that just came out is that once you have your own bases in each of the cities, it makes transporting way easier because you don't have to go through the police stations and the watchtower. You can just directly transport to your hideout in that city. So it's made transporting a whole lot easier for the rest of us since we got that. You lead the way. I think you want to go over this way, actually. But I'll follow you. Is it working now? There we go. So you can see she's doing the exact same thing. There's accumulators. And the citizens in the orange balls.
This will be my last one. Go to the next area.
Right on. I've been meaning to change something too. I'm just going to go into my style tab here real quick, guys, and change my skin to the fractal skin. And I know that you can barely see that, it's just on my eyes, but I wanted to have some cool effects like that instead of just the normal skin. So I'm going to save that, and then I'm all crazy. There we go. Okay, so this is the next mission area. You can see that thing with the orange fins on it. It looks like bat ears, or I don't know, they're pointy. This is the next objective for this mission. You can't see it on my screen right now. I'll go into my journal so you guys can see this. I've got eliminate Brainiac forces, which we've just done, 6 to 15, and I've got destroy Brainiac's communications arrays. Those are the bad ear things. This is one mission where being a flyer makes it way easier to activate on these things, although it's not letting me activate on them. Maybe we're going to end up wasting a whole bunch of time going back and forth between these cities just to get this mission done.
Is it giving you credit for the ones that I did?
Yes, actually. So, good to go.
Down here and kill all these.
Yes, I will do the killings. So, for anybody who's doing this as a speedster or a acrobat, and you're playing by yourself, you want to watch out that you don't get too many of these guys on you, and if you do, you want to be ready to like jump down into the water there to get out of the way if they get all over you while you're trying to activate. And basically you want to just get in and get out as fast as possible. Try and like kill the dudes, get on one side of this where he can't hit you, and then activate, you know, by hitting circle, which I can't do. But that'll help with getting through. I should probably follow my own advice. Just gonna come closer to you. Not because I want to drag all the stuff over to you, but just to make sure that I get the credit. Oh crap. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Totally. Okay. So that is the very complicated and time-consuming Brainiac Attacks mission that will be much easier for you guys to finish. Okay. So we're just gonna head back to Metropolis now. That way we'll be able to finish this. Like, you're gonna hand this in right now here. Yeah. We're okay. Go into my journal and accept that. We can go repair. Yeah. Both Misty and I chose to be flyers for this playthrough. There are quite a few advantages to being a flying type. Some people will tell you that, you know, Speedster has a better advantage with some of the supercharges that are available to that movement type. Some people will tell you that Acrobatics has more advantages in PvP. Both of those can be true in certain instances, but I would say for first-time players or anybody that's new to the game or just wants it to not be overly complicated, flying is probably the best choice. I know that Misty and I have been playing this game for quite some time, since the beginning, and we both built these characters around what our preferences are in playing this game, so we're going to try and show you why these are our favorites and why we like them the way they are. Okay, so that's just handing in the Attack Brainiac mission. Boom. Okay, so that was Ambush Bug telling us about the vault. He's given us in our inventory here. Or do I have to accept the mission? Probably. After hitting level 6, you get Vault Ambush. He gives you a vault ticket. You can use that vault ticket to go to the vault, and it's like a random prize drop. I'm going to teach you guys a little trick here. You can actually hold on to that vault ticket and save it for a more useful time. Like if, for instance, during some of the seasonal events in this game, certain styles and items will drop in the vault that aren't available any other time of the year, and that might be when you want to get like another chance at trying to get something out of the vault. So you can save that ticket for then. And actually, this is how you would normally queue into the vault. you can see, you go to your on duty tab, it's in your first single player, it's a vault instance. You can just queue for that regularly now, and you go in. This is what you would do on any other normal day. They just gave you that ticket so you can see how a ticket works. So if you used the ticket now, you'd come in and you'd get all the loot, and you wouldn't be able to queue up for it again. But if you queue up for it first, then you have that vault ticket. You could go right in again, and you'd get 2 vault runs out of it, or you can save it for whenever you want to use that ticket. So that's just a little trick one of my friends figured out way back in the day. So there you go. Go around, smash the presidents. Maybe it drops you some stuff, maybe it doesn't. Let's see. Gave me some slim Gorilla Tech leg guards, which is a style. Okay. I was like, group disbanded, she left me. But no, I figured I'll invite you back, homie. You're my bra, yo. My bra. Hey, bra. Hey, guy. Totally. So yeah, so that's the vault. You can go, like, as a legendary member, you can go there every day and try and get stuff. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there, I think. Some people, don't even bother to go in the vault because either they have all this stuff or they don't think it's really cool, but there's some stuff like change your appearance totally. It's like a disguise. You can use it it's like one of the trinkets, so you can like change how you look. There's a few pieces of gear, there's a few trinkets that are, I would say, quite possibly the best trinket in the game is available only through the vault. And your chances of getting it are very slim, but definitely worth it to try every day and just see if you get that trinket, because once you do, it is definitely a sweet one to have. I'm referring to, there's 2 trinkets really that drop out of there. There's the kryptonite chunk, which turns you into sort of spectral Superman kryptonite form, I guess, or whatever. It makes you cosmic and white effects around you or whatever, and you have like Superman's breath, ground pound, and the laser vision or heat vision or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to roll outside here. And then the other trinket, the one that I'm referring to, is the OMAC core circuitry. That changes you into an OMAC, and we'll get into that stuff later, but it's essentially like... It's like the Borg is to humans what OMAC is to... You know what I mean? So it turns you into a more beastly version of yourself for a limited amount of time. Okay, so we're out here. There is another race available, but I'm going to actually save that till we get the super speed, because then I'll be able to platinum it, no problem. But right now, I'm going to go into my journal here. Finish that mission. So you can see here we've got, this is the main mission, my starting mission, that if I had been playing by myself, this would have been the first mission that I would have gone to do. We're going to go and do that right now. You can see also here you got Legends. That's an indication that you want to go into your on-duty menu, go to your Legends tab, and queue for whatever the particular instance that it's telling you to go for. So in this case it's Arkham Asylum, and I'm also going to use Steel this time. Why am I going to use Steel? Because he's a beast, and if you want to make your PvP life a little bit easier, then either through Legendary, soon you're going to be able to purchase that with points in the game, or you can purchase that currently with money in the marketplace. So I'm going to queue up for that in a second. Okay, so this will be where we're going to come for this next mission. I'll just pick up. This is the side mission. Grab that real quick, but now I'm going to queue in. This is going to be for the PvP match. So hopefully, yeah, there we go. That one queued in faster this time. So now we're both going to be playing with Steel. Yeah. See, usually it's not a good sign if you got Robins on your team, because unless you can tell that they're doing some, like, you can see this guy's not doing hold square combos. He's using his powers, testing everything out. He doesn't know enough to use his hold square combos. He's gonna get stomped. That would be my guess. So I'm gonna go out and totally. I'm just gonna hang out on the middle with my 3 friends.
Good to have friends.
Woo! So what we're trying to do here, there are 3 points on the map. You're trying to have your team control as many of them for as long as possible to make the enemy's points run out faster than yours.
Somebody's sneaking back to our bodies, so I'm going to go in.
There we go. Teach them for me. There we go. Boom. Ninja Misty saves the day. Okay. So I'm gonna get the release. See here on my map you've got the white spot. That means that I can release Joker's goons to help us out. Hope. So I know it's probably hard to see here, but every time I do a hit I'm trying to take into account the scissor paper rock effect that we were talking about earlier. So if I see him blocking, I'm trying to do my hold range. If I think he's not going to be blocking, I'm doing my square attacks and hold square. You can see every time I think that they're going to do a hold square attack at me, I start blocking. Throw a little shield up, put a bomb on them. Yep. There we go. Should I go back to our... Well, I'll just hold it out here, because we've got the other 2 points held, and the other one's at least contested. But you can see their points, the villains in red up at the top. are dropping faster than ours are, so we're gonna probably, I don't want to jinx it, but we're gonna probably win this one, I would say. No, looks like they're gonna get it. It'll be too late though. Little happy spin. There we go. Nice DPS. Like a balls. The Ninja Misty balls. Boss of an over 9,000 company. Oh. Over 9,000? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna load up that mission. Okay. I didn't report to the dude. Okay, we'll do that after. Oracle was talking about that dude there. We already talked to him, so we're just gonna go down here. It says knock out soulless thralls. There's a green token over here too. So because we picked up that side mission, we actually have 2 sets of missions to do here. Gotta knock out the soulless thralls, and we gotta summon soul globes, then destroy them. And stay alive in the process, I guess. Little tip for when you're doing these, get some distance on them and then range them. That way you don't get blasted away. But it's not going to do enough damage, it's just... What is this? That's right, run in fear. Okay. So we've completed the main mission for this area, but now we're just going to go around and do the side quest. Complete it all at the same time. And the way you can check that is in your journal. You can see here that both of these missions are the ones that we're working on. So if you think you have a side mission for a particular area, then check your journal and look and see if you have something that sounds like what you're working on. And if not, worst comes to worst, it just means that you come back later when you're clearing out all of the stuff from your journal that you haven't done yet, and it will direct you to come back to wherever it was that you missed the first time, which isn't a problem. You'll get it all done eventually anyway. So there we go. That's the side quest complete. Did you get everything done here? Okay. That stuff there was crafting material. It's somewhat useful, but not altogether important, so you can see here it's another exo bit, so I'm going to go and grab that because that's either money or extra power from you later, so you're going to grab those every time you see them. They're usually in corners and on top of roofs and stuff like that. Okay. There we go. You can always tell where these things are as well, but if you just listen for that sound, because you can tell, like I'm over here and I can still hear it. It's faint, but as I get closer to it, it gets louder. You can go into your settings and turn up your sound effects and be able to hear them from much further away, so it's a tip for helping to farm those a little bit easier. You just don't want to then go into combat with really loud sound effects, because you might blow out your speakers, or, you know, depends on how loud you have it. Just gonna collect this too. So you can see, like, the corner of the screen is keeping track of how much of our mission objectives and how much completion we've made towards those objectives. And you can check what mission you are and what mission you're currently working on in your journal. So like that's how you would keep track of like what you're currently supposed to be doing or working on. So if you don't have something showing there in the corner where it says like your objective, steal Magent memories to find Zatanna's location, you'd want to go into your journal and select another mission so that you can work on completing it. Some missions are going to be harder than others depending on your level, but we're going to go through them all, so you should be able to figure out what's going to work best for you. So there you go, it's another, you can see it's an R&D component, value $20. You know, not as useful as, you know what I mean, you would hope. So that's, you can see we're both just passing on it, and that just lets it go to whoever randomly it decides to drop it to. Let's grab this one. Well, let's leave those. We'll leave those alone for now. I'll grab them all. You can grab it if you want, but yeah. I'll grab them. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little quick thing here too. Yeah. So you can see Misty's grabbing the collection. Goes to me. You can see it pops up the group loot. That's that little safe symbol down there. Up. Go into group loot. You get 3 options: need, greed, and pass. I'm just gonna go over those real quick. Need means that you definitely need it and you want to roll against whoever else is going to need on it. Greed is sort of like a secondary roll. It means that if somebody else needs on it, you're not going to directly compete with it. So let's say I already had this and I wanted to say I didn't want to pass on it completely, and I didn't want to need on it either, because I don't want it if somebody else needs it, but I want it if they don't, so I could sell it off. Greed is what you would use in that case, so that you can still have a chance at getting it, but if somebody else needs it more, it's like the nicer way to go. And then passing is obviously you give it directly. So I'm going to pass. we'll keep going through that stuff later, but I'm gonna pass this because Misty picked it up, so she deserves to. Sweet. See, and like people are nice if they're nice, you know. So you can always ask if somebody like can give you something if they some stuff you can't pass around, but you know. I'm not going to roll on something that I think somebody else needs. Because it makes more sense for everybody in this game to get what they need than what they, you know what I mean? Just for me, everybody to be super greedy, roll need on every single item that they possibly can and hope for the best. And like that'll get you stuff. I'm not going to say that it won't, but it's like there's a large portion of this game that just if that's the way you're gonna play, they don't want to play with you, and I'm among them. You know, if the only way that you can get through this game is to need off the backs of other players, then you're not really good, and you're just showing your weakness, and that's just my opinion. You know, I don't need to need off the backs of other players. I can get my own stuff. You know. So that's why I have no problem, you know, helping anybody out get their stuff. That's the difference between a ninja and a ninja looter. Misty and I are ninjas. We are not ninja looters. We will not take your gear if we will only need on stuff that's on our roll. Because the other stuff that we can need on, we can always go back and get that later, and it's not a problem. So we're not going to go and steal somebody else's stuff that they're trying to get towards their completion. I need more magents. Oh, well... I guess that's my problem. I'll catch up with you. I think we actually totally messed that up. That's all good. I'm gonna go back here where I'm actually supposed to be and complete this mission. Yep. I like talking. Just in case anybody didn't realize that. I'm probably going to talk quite a bit when I get onto a subject, so there we go. Just get that out of the way now. There we go. Yeah, now it's going to send me... Okay, yeah, there we go. See, I could hear the sound that was making, so I could tell it was close by. Even though I picked it up, I will pass it to give Ninja Misty first dibs. Oops. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the magic shop, and that'll open up the door for you. So, for first timers of the game, you may be expecting that when I get to the end of this area that there's going to be some sort of a boss fight. It's not so much a boss fight. This is actually only the midway point of this mission. So there's actually some more stuff that we have to do outside, and then there's a further area that we're going to have to go into with a boss in it. So not every single area that you go inside a building is going to necessarily have the boss at the end, and that's the point I'm just trying to make there. Alright, looking up there for the... Sometimes the treasure chest will be here. But it is not there right now. Okay, so there's a side, like the secret feat quest in here is to activate on all of these burning shelves. So if we do that, it'll give us a feat point, or the feat with the feat points for the skill point. There you can see the treasure chest. It's not too well hidden, but this is the first mission in the game, so at least if you're playing for the first time, you're likely going to come across it. I want one of these for her, the home turf stuff. Give me these portraits and paintings. Crazy dude with swords. Come on. Okay, this should be the last one. There we go. It gives us the feat. We could grab this before we start it up too. Oh, that's right. So Zatanna is trapped, and gotta destroy these things to set her free. And some dudes are gonna come in. This is it. This is leaked. It's not even a boss battle or a mini boss battle. It's just... Okay. That's actually interesting. I didn't think about that before, but like, okay, if you're like a Superman mentored character or a Batman mentored character, you go and do your first mission, you get the one area to go through and the one extra feat. But if you're a Wonder Woman mentored character, you come in here, you get this feat, and there's the last area that has another feat. You know? Extra feat points for Wonder Woman characters. Boom. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to press start, accept that mission. We'll do that later. Okay. Do you need it? I'm gonna grab the green one. You can grab that, yeah. Because I've grabbed the last few. You can see, like, not every area that you go to will have a side mission. The last few areas that we've been to here haven't. It's just the one that you got to keep going further ahead with the story quests. So we'll just get this one done as quickly as possible so we can move on. I'll pop my drone. Almost done. 3 more soul wells and a few more souls. Alright. Okay. Oh, wait, no, I need another soul well. That's good. Okay, so I'm just going to check my journal real quick. Okay, so I just got that mission, and I've leveled up a couple times now. I haven't gone and spent these points, so I'm going to just go ahead and do that real quick. At this point, I'm going to buy Defibrillator. Don't really need it right away, but we'll just buy it and get it out of the way. And then my skill points, I'm going to spend those in my weapon. So I'm going to unlock the combos. I'm going to unlock only these ones for martial arts, and I'm going to leave that one alone. You can do it. It's not a bad attack. I just don't personally like it in my combo. I like everything else, so I'm just going to use that and leave that one alone. And then I have one skill point left over. So my options here, being that I'm going for a controller character, the one that I really want to do here is Cunning, because that's going to give me, you can see, boost critical power chance. That means I throw more critical power. So by the end of the game, as a troller, you want to have all of that. That's one of the types that you want to get. It's the one that's attached to martial arts, so we'll get that. If you're looking at your tree, and it's like, let me just go back there real quick. So you sort of got defense, that would be for a tank. Critical attack damage, that would be for a damage character. Restoration is for a healer. And Cunning is for a controller. And each weapon has 4 different ones down there, but they all fall into that same pattern. Not from right to left, but just that there's going to be one that's designed for the tank, one that's designed for a DPS, and one that's designed for a healer, and one designed for a troller. Whatever character type you're planning on playing, that's what you should be spending your points towards first. You know, you'll get the other stuff later. Okay, so this is a side quest for this area. We're going to do that first. So Madame Dia is up here on the roof, and we're going to go and show her who's boss, which would be Misty. There we go. The reason we do her first is because the second part of that quest is going to be killing the same guys that we're going to do for our main quest, so get the credit at the same time. Just gonna complete this part real quick and then we'll go inside. Check the group loot. You want to try and check the group loot every time it pops up. That way you won't miss loot. There's a timer on how long you have to vote on it, so if you miss that period of time because you're fighting, let's say, and it drops while you're in the middle of combat, you do actually want to try and vote on it real quick before it disappears and goes to somebody else because you missed your opportunity. The reason I say that is because sometimes during the boss fights it'll drop random gear like that, and then it's like you have to go and check in the middle of the boss fight what dropped so you don't miss out. That's a pretty good Dr. Fate. For like a new character, I'm imagining. That's not bad. couple more of those guys. I'm gonna go get this one down here. Hand in that mission and the side mission. Pass on the loot and yeah. So you finished down there? Okay. John, just come, we'll grab this green on here. Cool. That completes the collection. So if you don't actually have this mission, you can go around to where we collected all those greens and still grab them on the outside. Yes. Okay, so this is the actual final interior instance for this mission. See, it tells us to go and find Faust. He'll be the boss at the end of this area. Just want to basically go through, kill everything, and do all of the submission stuff that it asks you to. The feat in this area is to destroy those purple orbs. If you destroy all of them, that'll complete the feat for you. And you also, this, in the last area, you could probably have used a cola or a supercharge, but in this area we're going to avoid doing that so that we can get the feat for it. So in that case, I'm also just going to take those colas right out of my inventory so I don't accidentally use them. See here that having two people to go along and do these missions makes them quite a bit easier than if you were doing this just by yourself. So whether you're playing with a friend or you can find somebody to play with on here, it's always a good idea to try and do that. It'll help you get through your missions a lot quicker. And like, sometimes it's hard to find somebody who's willing to do one of these missions, and maybe you can make them some sort of a deal where you'll give them some exo bits or let them roll on some of your loot or just something so that they feel like they're getting something out of coming back and doing this mission. But then that might help you find somebody who will help you do more than that. So just if you're having trouble finding anybody, like, be willing to barter, I would say. Not for everything, but, you know, if they want something every time, then it's that I'm not too interested in. But, you know, I always think that it's nice to thank somebody, whether it's in bits, money, gear, or something, for coming and helping you out, you know. And our trinkets, the little bat drones, they do make this slightly easier as well, because it's like having another person and throwing some ranged attacks in. But there are so many trinkets like that in this game that you'll be able to get one. We'll show you some more as the opportunities come up to show you where you can get some more of those. Usually they're associated with seasonal events, but we'll be able to help you guys figure out where you can get something to help you out. So you see there, smashed all the soul globes in Manhiem's Chinese theater, so got us the feat. Felix Faust. So you want to kill him as fast as possible. You can see his little minions here going and trying to activate the soul globes. One of them got one there. As many of them as you can prevent from doing that, the easier this fight will be. If you're a low level and doing this for the first time, that's sort of like, if you see them going for these things, go and kill them first, work on them, and then work on Faust. Because he'll just get more powerful if you leave those alone. But as long as you kill them like that, they're all dead now. Now you can go in and really work on Faust. He might get bigger if you don't get all of those, but he's still not a very difficult boss to beat, as you can see. Sweet. Get to have some legs like an Egyptian. So there we go. You can see I skipped the video this time. That's just, you guys will be able to see those when you play the game for yourselves. I think you'll enjoy it more that way, so I'm not going to ruin any of that stuff for you guys, and you guys can check that out as you go. You know, giving us a bunch of feats for completing the mission. Okay. So we've got this, the Faust mission is now over. It wants us to go back to the police station and complete that. But on our way there, we're just going to go and do the exploration mission real quick. Do you have that one? Or do you need it? Because I can wait. We can wait. Okay, let's do that in reverse order then. We'll go back. I'll hand in the mission. You pick up that one, and then we'll do one more PvP match, and then the exploration to finish it off, and that'll be the end. If you're ever looking for the police station in the distance and you want to know where it is, just look for the giant green beam of light. That'll always help you figure out where it's at. Okay, so that's the first mission for a Wonder Woman level or a mentored character. just telling us about another mission. Okay, so I leveled up again. I'm just going to go quickly into my powers here. I'm going to get this one. It's called the Battle Drone. It's a supercharge. Means you have to charge up your orange bar. You can see up at the top underneath my health and power. Orange bar is full because we've been charging it up and there hasn't been anything to use it with. You can see now I have it down in my powers. So now that I'm getting some more abilities, I'm going to go and adjust my loadout. That means it's the order that these appear in my bar down at the bottom. I'm just going to put them into a better order. I'm still going to use the effects the same way, hitting them with the taser first to electrify them and then set them on fire. But I'm just going to make these other powers more accessible. There we go. What I was supposed to do earlier was talk to this guy. Okay. So actually, I think that for now that's going to be it for this episode. I'm just going to go back here and repair. And go and stand back where at the kiosk with Misty, and we'll end it there, and we'll start and do that stuff in the next episode. Alright, so thank you once again for joining us on our Ninja Let's Play of DC Universe Online. I'm Ninja Andrew, and we're going to sign out here, and thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again next time.